Hi, Dr. Jo Messenger here. Thanks for tuning in. Let's have a bit of a chat today about life purpose. And you may have heard me come at this topic from all sorts of different directions in the past, but let's see if we can bring it all together in a way that's simple and not overwhelming, not overburdening, and not thinking and not having you think that your purpose is bigger than Texas, a burden, potentially unavailable to complete in some way, or even a mystery, confusion around it, because it's not. It's usually much more simple than what it's often made out to be. So I've got a mini flip chart here today, and let's just recap on some things that you may have heard me talk about in the past, or introduce you to things if you've never heard me speak about this before. So when you come into life, when you make the decision that you're going to incarnate onto the physical plane, you have discussions with your higher council of 12 to determine what you are setting yourself to do in this lifetime. So whether it is things that you haven't mastered from a previous incarnation and need to have another go at it. And usually, as well as that, there are new things that you set for yourself to master that you perhaps haven't approached before. So when you come into this particular lifetime that you're in now, or indeed any lifetime, you pack into your Master Diamond Blueprint 3 wounds. So 3 challenging experiences that will trigger you, hopefully, trigger you to overcome them, to resolve them and move on in some way, rather than suck your thumb, go, poor me, why me, it's too hard, others don't have, this to do. And equally, as well as those 3 wounds, 3 equivalent happy times or gifts, because there's always balance. Yin and yang has to be in balance. The horses out in the front of the chariot have to be pulling equally. So when you come into an incarnation, you need to, it's a prerequisite that you have as much strengths as you have weaknesses. And you've noticed this, right? There's people with absolute genius in the world who are completely flawed in some area. We know this, and we know it within ourselves. We have flaws and we have gifts and talents. And so if you look back along your main line of energy, along all of your master diamonds, you'll see, for those that have got eyes to see, the master diamonds for each of your incarnations, and the records of the wounds and the gifts, and what you did with them or not. Did you master them? Did you half master them? Did you not even look at them? Did you master them and even more? What was it for you? But what is relevant is right now. What is relevant is where you are in this incarnation. So your purpose in this incarnation is to heal these wounds that you decided that you would overcome before you were born, and was signed off by your higher council of 12, was agreed upon by the karmic board, contracts were set in place. Whether people kept their agreements in their contracts once you incarnated, a whole different issue, because everybody's got free will and we have that massive tendency to forget all of our agreements when we come into the physical plane. But so your life purpose is specifically to heal your wounds, and you know what they are because you know what your wounds are, you know what triggers you, and also to polish your gifts, the gifts, tools, talents and abilities that you innately have, whether it's singing, cooking, healing, problem solving, doing laundry, making jewelry, whatever that is for you. Polishing those gifts and mastering them and healing your wounds. Do you follow me? So these might be little things for you, or they might be massive things for you, depending on what your karma has been in previous incarnations, and also depending on what you actually agreed to do in this lifetime. So, you know, what are your wounds? What is your purpose? What are your gifts? You know, what is it that you have, that you were born with at your fingertips to be able to master those things? This is your purpose. This is why you can't look at somebody else to go, well, okay, I'll do what they're doing, because everybody's come in with a different blueprint, with a different intention, with different things to master. And, you know, even if you want to try and hide the truth from yourself as to what these things are, underneath it all, it's basically self-mastery. Mastering, staying in the light and centered for the greater good, instead of sinking into the darkness, fault finding, and me and my consciousness, instead of community and unity consciousness. Do you follow me? You know, it really is more simple than what some people make it out to be. Now, if you want to delve deeper into that, on my website, under the online courses, there are actually video courses that you can do at your own pace to get more clarity on what this is, and indeed to interpret that into physical steps as to what to do with your work, your career, your branding, your image, how to get it out there, whether you are a person who wants to work one-to-one with a person, one to a few, one to many, one to nobody at all, and just doing your own inner work in your own particular space at home with your family or your local community, or whether you're a grand scale global person. Because at the end of your lifetime, when you sit in contemplation with your higher council and the karmic board and assess how well you did or not, you know, you can't hide. You either did it or you didn't. And it's personal to you. You either will or you won't. And so the workshop that's coming up on the 1st of December that I'm doing in collaboration with the wonderful Susanna Steele is helping people to kickstart their life purpose again. You know, even if you've had a few false starts, even if you've really mucked it up in the past, it's like, well, okay, let's have another go now. You know, it's like we're coming towards the end of the year. We're coming towards the summer solstice in the southern hemisphere, the winter solstice in the northern hemisphere, and it's the midway point of the 20-year cycle of the transition from third dimensional energies through fourth dimensional energies and fifth dimensional energies. If we do our work, if we raise our consciousness, if we change our thinking from third dimensional me and looking after me and my family to fifth dimensional energies and thinking about, okay, looking after the global family and the globe itself. So this solstice is the midway point in that 20-year cycle from 2012 to 2032. So right now, this is the perfect time to, you know, just get up again, have another go. Because the whistle's about to blow, the runners are ready to take off, and you don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it for yourself. You're not competing with other people in a race, so to speak, but you are in the journey of your own lifetime. Do you follow me? So until we meet again, remember, laugh lots and you get more of what you think about.